Hello there YouTube, I'm Wheelchair21 and on today's rolling review we're finally looking at the Kamen Rider X-Aid Mighty Action X beginning set. Now the Mighty Action X beginning set, as one can see, features three of your main riders. It has X-Aid, Snipe, and Brave level 2. Now the cool thing about this is, one, it's a multicolored box that contains, like I said, all three releases that were pretty much all, singular April releases. Features it in a very different type of Tamashii-like box, almost kind of exclusive-y kind of box with the regular kind of basic window setup. However, like I should say now, that the front is really the back at how it unfolds and opens, as well as it contains our also awesome Tamashii Stage. Now, inside the box, it is two stages, or I should say two levels of pieces. First off are your three riders, which consist of Snipe, X-Aid, Brave. Snipe and X-Aid both have 3 pairs of additional hands, and Brave has actually 8. Now, the second layer is mostly all of their Gashikon weapons, and that pretty much is the Magnum, the Sword, and the Smasher, and here is your awesome Tamashii Stage, which is a nice smoke black with weird magenta highlights. Honestly, it's very glorious, and we'll take it out of this clear plastic frame in just a few moments. Now, as one can see, this is our special limited edition Tamashii Stage, which one can only get through this triple pack. One can see it says Mighty Action X and Game Start. It's wonderful. It has nice action, like electrical explosion POW effects. It has like the cubes. It has a nice weird circular texture, patterned polka dots all around, and I really do enjoy the nice metallic magenta glaze that it gives off. Now, the way that my light is reflecting off of it, it doesn't give the full effect, but it is nice, it's crisp, it's beautiful. And it does also allow one to easily knock out these 3 areas right here and plug in effective Tamashii stages to hold up your 3 riders. Now, what one should actually get is the smoke clear regular Trident stages, or the regular Tamashii Stage axe for figurines, for the figures to be properly displayed on, as well as to have a color that at least matches your base. Now, there's no colors made yet now that could actually fit in with the actual polka dot magenta Mighty Action X pink pattern, but just use basic smoke black and you'll be good. Now, behind it, one can see that I have our 3 riders in their Figuarts form, and you got X-Aid, Brave, Snipe. First off, let's talk about X-Aid, since he uses a very generic rider mold. So first off, he has the basic points of articulation all throughout the course of the body. I mean, you can literally see them from the elbow, the knees, the shoulders. There's nothing too spectacular about it, just that there is quite a bit of friction in the joints, so it is a sturdy mold. It does feel like there is some die cast into it. However, I just think it's the way that the plastic is blended, as well as how cold the temperature of my room is. One of the cool things, as one can easily see, is that the gamer driver actually unfolds, and inside it does say Game Over. However, I cannot get my camera to clearly prove that it says the words Game Over, but it is there, and one can easily remove gash hats and plug them into the slots here. Problem is, though, the way that the holes are made to plug in your gash hats, they're easy to either be pulled out or popped back in. However, it is a bit of a force just to get it lodged in the right place at the right time. So I'm not going to remove the gash hats at all during this review. However, like I say, they can be easily lost. Now, the one thing I do like is the fact that the shoulders themselves are very collapsible and able to be removed, in a sense, from the shoulder to give more of a proper way of movement for our rider, which is a good added effect. I do really enjoy that quite a bit, is that the shoulders flap a little bit more freely. You have the back, which shows your level 1 mask for the back plate. It doesn't come off. It's right sturdy to the actual torso armor and can't be really removed. The torso life gauge does not have a nice metallic stickering like the candy toy does. Honestly, I didn't expect it to be so matte and basic for its sticker. I expected just a little bit more higher end details and have that actual metallic gleam and gloss. I actually have come to really enjoy X-Aid's magenta bright pink bodysuit. It's very video game-esque, and it kind of has like that whole 80s game vibe to it. really like the aesthetic, and I've always liked these stripes that run up the suit. Honestly, it is a wonderfully sculpted design, but I think the eyes are just a little dull due to how they actually wanted to effectively encompass the compound eyes. And for some reason, I always enjoyed the ski mask kind of like design that he has for himself. Now, Brave is by far probably my most favorite suit of the level 2 riders. I mean, the only other rider that actually is on par with Brave is actually the Gem design, which is just a different color palette for X8. It's black and purple, and it's actually really nicely done. Whereas Brave here actually uses blue effectively well with black and white. Honestly, like I say, I'm not really a fan of blue unless you can use it effectively well with the colors that it's matched with. And as one can see here, it is elegant, it is magical, and kind of gives you like a Mega Man vibe at the nice metallic sky blue that it gives. Now, Mega Man does use darker blues in his system, but it just gives you that nice vibe. I also love the fact that they were able to, in a sense, encompass the ability of most of the gamer riders with the basic forearms and leg guards, but as well as make it work with the whole knight aesthetic for the RPG gamer titled Quest gamer. I really do love his backplate for his level 1 face mask. I really love the overall groove and design of his knight-like helmet. However, I do fear that if this falls backwards or lands on the head any which way, these nice pointed areas here will break and just go bye-bye in a heartbeat. And like I say, because the life gauge sticker is just a basic matte sticker, I would have liked if they did the whole metallic style that the Candy Toys had. And I actually like how the shield is one piece. I don't think it's removable whatsoever. It seems like it's nicely molded on. It probably does unpeg somehow, but I wouldn't chance it just to fear that one could break it. Overall, really good, really nice, and the shoulders still retract and extend, allowing a nice need of movement and stability. And one thing I like about the X8 riders thus far is the really nice torque and friction in the joints, allowing them to be quite sturdy of a figure and stay well posed and be able to balance on their own weight. Really good, really effective. But thus far, Brave is probably my favorite of all of the figures and all of the riders by just design and aesthetic alone. Finally, we come to Kamen Rider Snipe Level 2 Shooting Gamer. And the thing about Snipe is, the suit itself doesn't really attract me too much, due to the fact that the bright yellow, I think, doesn't really work with the navy blue and black for the design. Honestly, I like how sometimes the actual suit on screen comes out as more of a green rather than this very dewish light yellow or neon yellow or lime yellow. I honestly like when it turns out to be more green on the show. I think if it was green, it'd look a whole lot better, but I do love these patterns throughout his body. It kind of really sets himself apart from the kind of cybernetic pattern that Brave and X8 kind of resemble. His have like a more electrical, actual, like, honestly, just different, like tribal-esque kind of tattoo designs, which sets him apart from the others, as well as this weird, awesome cape/poncho. Now, the thing I don't like about it is it seems to be kind of fragile and seems to be a little bit too tight for its own damn good, and it makes it hard for me to kind of pose the figure in any kind of real traditional way with his right arm, even though that is his, firing arm. So it's kind of hard to really get it in a good, nice position. Honestly, I don't hate the helmet's design. I know a lot of people hate the overarching, like, hair gimmick that the riders kind of have, which led to the whole rumor that this could have actually originally been a hairstyling-based rider series. I can really see why the rumor kind of came out. It's probably due to people having seen leaked images of the original concept arts dealing with how they'd incorporate these weird, crazy-ass, like, hairstyles Japan likes or anime characters. So, I can see that. But overall, Snipe's suit is a cool, interesting suit. However, I just never really liked how the colors blend. And I think Snipe is actually one of my favorite characters in the show, and it's really weird saying that since I know Snipe's character gets a lot of hate. I know a lot of people don't really like Taiga, but I kind of enjoy him. Honestly, I like all of the doctors because they're all kind of assholes in their own specific way. For our weapons like the Gashikon Smasher, one of the cool things about it is they give you two different sculpts as seen earlier. You have it in the Smasher form, and then you have it in its Saber form, which are wonderfully sculpted and elegantly done. With the Smasher, it is a bit more bigger, bulkier, to encompass the whole hammer ability, and then it's slimmed down to be your Saber. Now in the show, I don't think it really drastically changes that much, but the cool thing I like about it is the fact that you can easily swap the handle. By having this handle, it's a good, simple thing. Now one may not have to actually take the hand off the arm, or take the handle out of the hand in general, just to simply attach and swap about your, various ways to display the weapon itself. Now, I do like the ability that it does try to encompass the whole video game aspect of when someone slashes or swipes a sword in an 80s, early 90s like game where you actually see the swoosh effect, but I do think it is really corny and really cheesy. Then, for freaking Brave Saber, it has the ability to spin like it does in the show, the roleplay toy, as well as the various other figurines released thus far, whether it be Candy Toy, the Level Up series. I do enjoy that it's just an easy, simple bait and switch, and I really love the nice blue metallic paint to be the blue flame that actually creates ice, weirdly enough. I really think it's a lot like the Gundam Mr. Color sky blue, metallic sky blue that I see a lot of customizers use, so I really do enjoy it. And then the Gashikon Magnum, really nice, very small, very acute, very cool, and I like the fact that it's an easy switch and exchange for the actual long-range rifle barrel, which easily just plugs in. And honestly, originally I did not think I was going to like this weapon, but over time I've come to enjoy it, especially due to the fact that how it unfolds, it becomes the rifle as well as gives Snipe his actual scope to look out and fire it. I just don't like the weird video game aesthetic of actually seeing the live round being shot from it, and then, having more live rounds shooting out of the effect. It's evaluation time, and for my final evaluation, S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider X8 Mighty Action X Beginning Set is a wonderful gift set. It's a wonderful combo package for your three main riders, as well as the Mighty Action X Limited Edition Tamashii Stage. Now, the crazy thing about it is, this came out before their actual singular release, as well as the fact that this thing is just a little bit more expensive than getting all three individually. This thing goes for about $120 to about $130 at retail, where each of these individually go for about the same or a little bit more depending on what stores you buy it at and what type of shipping you go for. Now, honestly, you're not missing out at all if you get them in their individual releases. The only thing you're not getting is the wonderful stage, which, honestly, it's a give and take if people like it or want it or just need to have it. Honestly, it just depends on who you really are and what type of collector you are. I know people that actually have bought the gift set to have mint in box, and then bought the single releases to have on open display, or vice versa. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. Now, for my preference, I think that if one gets Brave, you're getting a little bit extra because you get a few more additional hands than the other two, with Snipe and X8 only getting 3 pairs of additional hands. Now, I'm Wheelchair21, and if you've liked this review/demo, you can always just like this video, as well as comment and share it with others. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I insist that you should, as well as follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out my websites, Hero Otaku and HeroClub.com. I'll see you all next time.